tell me about yourself. It's a very important question. I mean, this carries almost more than 50% of the weightage. So, whatever you say on this answer, later on, any other question, you'll have to come back and refer to the same thing. Okay.
Hmm.
So always take it very seriously. And how to answer this question is, as I tell you that it has four sections.
Hmm.
First, tell your name and education. Then second section, tell about what you know, what did you do, and then third is relates to the job description and mention that you know all those things and you can do a great job. And
Hmm.
fourth thing is show your great interest.
Hmm.
And the answer written answer that you provided to me, there was two things missing. Greetings was missing from the top and the bottom as well. Conclusion. Especially say if you know the name of the girl or lady, say thanks, Miss Sarah, for giving me the opportunity or are asking me this question. And at the last, mention that uh, thanks again. Okay. Now tell me about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Naveed. I'm a recent software engineering graduate from Western University. I have 3 years of experience and have worked in settings representing the education, real estate, and financial fields, and have developed an expertise that includes full stack development, database management, cloud infrastructure, and cybersecurity. During this time, I've worked on building scalable web applications through both coding in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript frameworks, as well as CMS software such as WordPress and Drupal, as well as backend integration through Java and Python. During my time as a full stack developer at the Undergraduate Engineering Society, I worked to develop a large website used by over 3,000 undergraduate engineering students to help streamline faculty operations. As a result of semantic coding and SEO optimization, we were able to increase site traffic by 50% as well as cut down average load times by almost 70%. Additionally, I worked to develop a merge store, which saw 200 orders throughout the year on an SSL secured Square payment system, as well as integrated and external APIs to security validate users. Order information was managed and queried through a PostgreSQL database. After reading the job description, I found that you were looking for a full stack developer with strong knowledge in WordPress. Apart from web development experience, I have also done freelance work with WordPress, including running my own small business between 2023 and 2024, where I worked to design portfolios for university students and new graduates. If I am to assume this opportunity, I'm sure you will find me to be a resource or asset to your team.
Yeah, a couple of things here. You just forgot to mention thank you at the end.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. You try to practice. Might be your first interview. I'm not sure. Try to speak a little slow pace because the way you talked, it may sound like that you memorize something, or even if not, it shows like a kind of nervousness as well.
Uh-huh.
But when you are of your own, you are on control. Then
Hmm.
you should talk like a kind of gossiping,
Yeah.
slow pace,
Yeah.
because when you are trying to talk, I see that at the end of the sentences, you're taking loud breath. That means you are going against your usual normal pace. So try to speak a little bit slow pace. That's one thing you need to know. And another thing is, especially, I'm not sure. Did you mention that you run a business? I mean, did you mention something like that?
Yeah, and in fourth year and fifth year
Yeah,
university.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, sometimes employer may ask you counter question like as, what's your interest? Would you like to be I mean, on job always, or you'd like to explore business again? Because, I mean, if you are a strong entrepreneurship, maybe you will not be doing long-term jobs. So that's might be a little negativity. So if
Oh,
possible, try to not to say that. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So try to speak a little bit slow pace. And next question. What you think your top skills, maybe 3 or 4 skills that's relevant to this job?
I think my top skills relevant to this job would, of course, be first of all WordPress. As mentioned before, I have used WordPress to help develop portfolios for university students and new graduates during my time in university. Apart from that, I'm also very strong in Java and Python, both. I use both of them for backend integration. Specifically, Java, I tend to use Spring Boot, and then Python, I have used Flask for external API integration. And then apart from that, I'm also very proficient in SQL, namely with MySQL and PostgreSQL. I've used both relational database management systems to query and work with large databases in the past.
Yeah, again, just simply say thank you.
Thank you.
This answer was great because simply just say I have this quality or I am good at that. That's not enough. Every skills you related with a project that you did. That's a great. It should be your approach should be like that. But along with this, all those hard skills, if you can mention one soft skill, something that will be another good point. Good things might be a team player or what is called problem solver, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but make sure that those skills the company is looking for, it's in the job description. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Why should we hire you? Why you think that you are the best candidate for this role?
I think I'm the best candidate for this job, as not only do I have the hard skills required, but I also have soft skills that I believe will benefit me for this role. As you've mentioned in the job description, this role requires a lot of work with the EVP of tourism. So I assume that this role does involve working with different people to work on a project that will benefit the community around us. I believe that my experiences working with the Undergraduate Engineering Society, where I not only work with other developers, but with other commissioners who work with different sectors within the community to help develop technical solutions that would help benefit them and their causes, allowed me to gain a very good experience in collaborative projects, as well as understand how to communicate properly with others. Apart from that, I believe I have a strong, as mentioned before, I believe I have a strong background in most of your technical requirements. I have worked extensively with WordPress. I have worked with Java and Python since high school, and am proficient in working with both backend integration as well as API integration and AI as well. And my knowledge on SQL databases, ranging from MySQL, PostgreSQL to NoSQL, show that I'm very well versed in your tech stack. So to summarize, I believe my experiences working in environments where I am reporting, or I am working with different teams to come up with technical solutions, as well as my strong expertise and variation in your tech stack makes me the best candidate for this job.
Yeah, that's very great answer. Yeah, as I told you that tell me about yourself, and if you structure, tell me about yourself, you will refer back to that same question, same information every time, because again, this answer was pretty much almost you took almost 80-90% from that same question. So that should be, so the first approach should be nail down do great on the tell me about yourself. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And what do you know about our company?
So I know that your company works to deliver. I know that your company works to essentially provide the community with affordable rentals for cottages and other equipment in the conservation area of Durham region. This appeals to me because I myself am a very outdoors person, and myself I always wanted to work in a sector where not only am I just working on just like technical solutions, but I'm working on something that will help to benefit others, and something that I'm interested in. I believe that this is something that I can see myself. Well, to reiterate, I believe that this is something that I can see myself as a consumer or as a customer wanting showing interest in your project and your product, and I think that gives me the extra motivation to want to be a part of this team.
Actually, I'm not that much happy with this answer, Navid, to be honest, because I told you how much you know about our company, but you said your interest. I think at least 60% of the time you didn't tell about the company. You should tell 100% of the company. But okay, that's great thing. I mean, at the end, just simply show interest. That's fine. At the very end, show interest. That's fine. But most of the time, you will be talking about the company. So, couple of things here to talk about the company. Keep a note on this. First of all, you started about saying the company, especially know when the company established, how fast it grows, what is the workforce right now, and very important thing is read about the company's culture, especially maybe vision and mission statement, and especially the company value or the culture. Like
Mhm.
as does it promotes the diversity or not? Then also how it takes care of the people, whether it promotes the employee empowerment or not.
Mhm.
So and as well as does it do any I mean charity or anything good to the company. So say something good, all those things, and at the end just simply one sentence that everything comes to me very positive, that's why I'm really enthusiastic to work for this company. Thanks.
Uh,
Address this question carefully, okay?
okay.
Yeah. Tell me a situation when you did something that you feel proud of,
Okay.
and with respect to project or maybe, the design
Okay.
work or whatever yeah.
Yeah, okay, so during my fourth year of engineering, I worked on a capstone project. So a capstone project is essentially a course that every engineering student in Ontario has to do. It is accumulation of everything that they've learned throughout the years, and we had to create projects in groups, showing our software technical abilities. And so I was elected to be the tech lead of my group, and I essentially we worked to come up with a project that served as an event planning app, but also merged social media capabilities with it to improve user experiences. So our goal was to create something that people can use to not only plan events, but also use social media to find what to advertise their events, as well as find out what events their friends are going to. And being the tech lead of this project was very special to me because not only was it the first time that I was leading a group of four, there were three other people, but it also allowed me to gain experience in leading an agile methodology and really like communicating my ideas and seeing those ideas come to fruition. And at the end, and reason I'm really proud about it is because at the end result of our capstone project, we actually got some real world interest. A local restaurant on campus actually used our application to advertise a event for one of their programs. I believe they had a deal on Tuesdays, and they used our app to um, they used our app to advertise to the student community, and as a result, they were able to see a 20% increase in foot traffic that specific night that they used it. So not only am I proud that I was able to work on a project that I myself would see myself using, but also because of the real world results that it brought.
Yeah, you should say thanks at the end. And
Thank you.
anyway,
Thank you.
it was a great answer. Yeah, you did good. Anyway, one more question. What's your greatest, biggest failure so far?
Failures or weakness?
It can be failure, weakness, whatever.
I'd say my one of my stronger weaknesses is that sometimes I don't often ask questions when I should. Oftentimes, when I'm working in when I in the past when I work on projects or any sort of technical in any sort of technical environment, I often find myself working on something without really. If I'm maybe confused, I try to work through it myself, and even if I don't really know what's going on, this sometimes leads me to making mistakes and not and also like some as a result, this affects the team. But like overall over time, I realized the issue of this as not only was it keeping me from succeeding in those roles, but also like affecting my team. So since then I've tried to communicate more with other people that I'm working with and try to like get help from those who are more experienced or more knowledgeable than me. And I have noticed that this weakness has been cut down by a lot compared to the past. I'm much more. I ask questions a lot more. I try to gain as much information as I can before I work on a project instead of just working on a head on trying to solve it by myself, compared to when I did in the past.
That's great. And there are a couple of tips here. Okay. And one is whenever this type of a question asked, try to away from the very point that is very important for this, especially for a design engineer or IT professional like this. You need to work in a team, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will be working with SEO team, you will be working with product development and lot many others. So you might be the backend coder. You'll have to talk with lot many people. So that you showed that. I mean, first of all, the best way to answer this question is don't jump right away to answer this question. Take a little pause. Say, I hardly remember anything very great, but uh, I noticed these things, like something like that. Okay, so
Mhm.
don't recognize right away and not very the one that is very needed for the success of this role. So these are the two techniques you should follow here. Mm,
Okay.
yeah. So if you can come up with some other example, that might be better. Like as you used to rely on your memory too much, especially previously when there was a meeting, you never took notes. That's when my homework duties or whatever in the school. And one day I always used to remember my memory. I had believed that and one day I forgot to submit my one of the very important assignment, and then that reduced my grade. And that from that time, I started taking notes, um, and since then I never missed any homework. Something like that. You know, don't mention anything core, anything that is needed for the job.
Okay.
You like this answer or not?
Yeah, it's good. I'll use that one.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Okay. Have you ever had any conflicts with your maybe supervisor or maybe your advisor or your friends, and how did you resolve that?
Yeah. So, um, during the fourth year of university, I was the programming competition coordinator for the Ontario 2023 Ontario Engineering Competition. Basically, what this was it was a large competition where some of the top engineering students from different schools in Ontario came over to our university to participate in different events, and I ran the programming competition. And essentially, it was I had to come up with a we had to come up with a large project that the participants would try to create in their own ways with different solutions within 24 hours. Um, and so during halfway through the year, I got someone they hired another um, competition coordinator to help me as it was a larger competition. And during this time, we were coming up with ideas on what project we wanted the users to or the participants to work on. And during this time, we had a lot of good-ish ideas, but at the same time, a lot of those ideas were very contradictory. Some of the ideas that I had wouldn't work with the ideas that person had. And as a result, we found ourselves not really getting a lot anywhere when we were just throwing around ideas and seeing what would happen. And within at this point, there was only like 3 weeks until the competition. So instead of just coming up with random ideas and seeing which one was better, we decided to sit down. I decided to sit us down and have a few hours worth of discussion to see what ideas, what are what strong ideas, what strengths we had individually, and we tried to see like, okay, like would this idea match with this idea? If so, let's merge that together. Would my idea match with your idea? No, okay, let's throw that away and then try to come up with the middle ground. So essentially, we tried to find ideas that would complement each other instead of contradict. And as a result, we were able to come up with a very good idea of um, getting the participants to create a WebMD clone that also involved a Google Map functionality. And the end result ended up being that we got a lot of praise from participants from different schools as well as coordinators from the different programs, saying that our competition was amongst the best run, not only because of the interest, but because of the hard but also complex idea that we worked on. And I believe that our having that discussion really helped to get us to that point.
Okay, thanks. It's okay. Um, I mean, if you can come up something that went a little bit personality issue, you know, I mean, personality is people to people conflict. You know, somebody maybe and become annoyed with you, like a same project that you explained. I can tell you that when I was distributing my task, one of the associate took the responsibility of collecting data and analyzing data. And during the half of the project, I see that she was not producing any data or anything. Though initially she said that she knows Microsoft Excel very great, but she was not doing that. Then when I repeatedly, sent email to her or something, she took it personally, became annoyed on me. And then one day I took time to her, and she was I just set a meeting with her. One day I set up a meeting with her, and one was asking what was the wrong, why you are not producing result or collecting data. And I figured out that she what she claimed, actually she's not. She was not that good at that Excel or maybe some what is called Tableau or Power BI. You know, you can mention something. And luckily, I was very great on software. So one weekend, I took time to introduce her that learned this, and doing so, she not only learned that software as well as she become the effective member of the team. Something like that, you know.
Mhm. Okay, that's a good. That's a good example.
Okay, yeah. So, what's your expected salary for this role? How much you expect?
I'd say for this role, I expect between 65 to 75,000.
Because they already mentioned salary here. You can say whatever you guys published on the what was there on the job description. I'm fine with that. You know,
Okay,
simply, yeah,
so
simply
whatever
say,
you guys publish is fine with me.
yeah, whatever it was on the job circulation is fine with me.
Okay.
Hmm. So, uh, what is your 2 to 5 years goal? What is your long-term goal? Uh, Career goal?
In 5 years, I'd like
Two
to
to 5 years.
2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
In 2 years, I'd like to see myself working more with WordPress. In 2 years, I'd like to see myself in a role where I am I'm in a more senior, in a more intermediate or senior role, but also working with the same technologies that I'm working with, such as WordPress and SQL, as those are my strengths and the technologies that I'm most used to. But in 5 years, I like to see myself in some sort of role where I'm a leader and I can help to mentor those who were in the same footsteps as me in the past. I'd also like to see myself working in a field where I am using my technical abilities to benefit those around me instead of simply just working on the next big technology. I like to see myself maybe working in either the tourism or transportation sectors.
That's good. I think you know there are two portion of this answer. Uh, first, first portion should be like as 1 to 2 years should be. You should focus that I'll be engaging myself to know ins and out of this technology, and later should we take later portion 3 to 5 years. I'll take get a role or get a responsibility whatever comes on the way, because what I believe that I can be super achiever, but if instead of just individual contributor, if I can empower 5 people or 10 people, then collectively we can achieve more. So that's my target. If I either I'll be responsible for Getter project, leading the project, or taking any higher responsibility, whatever comes on the way, for the benefit of the company. Okay,
Okay.
you like it?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so what's your ideal job setting? You would like to work hybrid, in office? What do you like?
I like to work in person. I believe that I'm a very social person, and I also like to learn from working with other people, from learning from different personalities and getting experience firsthand from other people. So I believe that, especially at my age, having an in-person, uh, being in an in-person role would be very beneficial, not only for my own personal development, but for my career development as well.
That's good. But at the same time, mention that, but I'll be fine with whatever your office setting prefers in, I'll comply with your guys' requirement,
Yeah, they're on site.
on site. That's good. Yeah, your answer should be according. That's good. So what else? Do you have any question on me?
Yeah, okay. So if I were to be selected for this role, what would be some of the first things that I'd start working on?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Uh,
Yeah, that another question you can ask. I'll send you a couple of questions. Okay.
okay.
I think I sent it already. Am I right? Question to
Uh,
answer to the employer.
I believe. I can have to check. I saw the video. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's in the video.
Anyway, my video does not have this type of questions because those due to the time limitation. Anyway, so you can ask that question. Another question can ask if you have nothing to say. That's you can say that how soon, at least how soon I'll be able to know the feedback. So that is very simple one.
No,
Then if
I'd say
oh,
another question I have is as a company, how do you how would you help your how would you help your employees grow?
yeah, that's a great question. And another question it can be that how is your onboarding process? This can be
Hmm.
another question.
Okay.
Yeah, or because this will be this is their in-office interview, so it will be technical, everything. So yes, you can ask that, or you can ask the hiring manager that what will be your expectation within 1 to 3 months from me.
Okay.
You can ask this question.
Hmm.
So Navid, yes, I like that your first answer to the first question was very fast. It showed a little nervousness, but the rest was very great. But if you can be on your own control and controlled pace of speaking, that will be great. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Uncle, to me, how did you like this discussion today?
হ্যাঁ ভালো লাগছে থ্যাংক ইউ আমার কয়েকটা কোয়েশ্চেন আমার মনে হয় আপনি কয়েকটা কোয়েশ্চেনের জন্য ভালো অ্যান্সার দিচ্ছেন আমি আসলে সাম অফ এম আমার একটু ভালো ভালো অ্যান্সার ছিল না জন্য আমার বানাইতে হয়েছে
Okay, one more tips to you. Just kind of WordPress is a very rudimentary tool, so don't be focusing on that. Focus on high-end tools like as Python, Java, Vue, JR, whatever, MySQL,
হ্যাঁ
So during your discussion, try to focus on those things, high-end
হ্যাঁ
technology. So one more question to you. Um, uh, what what you see is the future, I mean, what technological changes you can envision in near future that might affect our industry? This is a very hard question though, but try to come up something, okay?
our industry মানে কি আমি ওদের কটেজ ইন্ডাস্ট্রি নাকি টেক
I
ইন্ডাস্ট্রি
mean, a tech industry and yeah,
ও
tech
আচ্ছা
industry.
I think
Just try to come up with something, okay? It's
হ্যাঁ
not necessarily you have to answer right away. This might be the hard question. You know,
Uh.
so one easy question: what do you do your leisure time, especially how you keep yourself updated with technological changes?
Uh, um, चिंता करते रह मिया. I keep
Yes.
up with technological changes simply
No,
by
you can say I'm very enthusiast and I'm fast learner. I always keep eye what's going on tech field. I'm a member of couple of technological journals or something, and I always look into the Google News and I follow these tech gurus, some of the names, and I read books and doing all those things, I keep myself updated. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is one thing. And another question I already asked you, this what are the technological changes you think? Especially try to mention about something about AI, machine learning, open source, or so many things are changing so rapidly. So these two questions are very related. Try to come up with some answer. Okay, Uncle?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this video is recorded. So send me your, I have your email. I'm going to pass the link to you. Okay.
Okay.
So if you need, just refer it once again before sleeping. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.